It's time for another joyful little spring fairy tutorial, as the last cold winter days are on their way out. Crocuses are such a joyous sight to behold with their bright and cheery colors, but they're always gone so quick. So wouldn't it be nice to have some precious little crocus fairies to hold on to for a little bit longer? So let's make some together. So let's take a look at these little crocus fairies that I've already made. Oh, they're cute. I particularly want to show you how I made the petals, because that's something that just came to me there the other day when I was experimenting, and it worked out very well. So it's a nice little little crocus family. Alright, let's take a look at our materials real quick. So somebody gave me these beautiful lilac and purple mulberry silks. So I was like, oh, I have to make some crocuses because they will be perfect to put some little accents on there. And then I've got some merino and some crocusy colors. I think this is more the autumn flowering crocus, which is a saffron crocus that has been used for thousands and thousands of years as a spice and to dye clothes and all kinds of interesting things. And then we have some more mulberry silk, which I want to use for the hair, and a bit of cassia silk. Not sure which one yet. Then we need the skin color and a bit of white for the wings, some thread, some needles, felting needles. Usually use gauge 36 or 38. And for the little, what do you call them, stamens, I need a bit of more silk. I'm using all my nice silks this time. A bit of yellow mulberry silk, which I hardly ever use, and a bit of green to just add a tiny bit of leafy something or other. And then I have a few little beads here, because sometimes when I make little fairies, I like to add a bit of just some little dewdrops or something, or a little bit of a sparkle above on the hanger. So just get a bit of our skin color, whatever tone you choose for this. Tear off a strip, that's maybe about 15, 20, depending on the size of fairy, centimeters long. Make a little knot at one end. So that goes into the neck, and this is going to form the face, or the underside of the face. Because we're just gonna take this. Oh, that's too big. So depending on how tight you pull the knot, it kind of pretty much determines the size of your head. And then you can build up this shape a little bit of that knot to make it more face shape. And then we fold it over like so. Fold it over, get a nice shape. Getting any stripes on it. Not too big, preferably. Because we want it to be quite small and delicate. Pull the arms, again not too thick, not too thin either. just feel to get them the same thickness. And cut off some arm lengths. I'll probably leave it a bit longer for starters, and then I can cut it to the right lengths. Pretty close to what it's going to be like, I think. And then we can also do the legs while we're there. Same idea, just pull the same amount for each side. And start twiddling at it. Again, that one's a bit thicker. That should be about it. And I just give it a quick little roll like that. Boom, boom, boom. Are we bigger than? Oh no, we're roughly the same size. Good, good. Goodie. So, what color shall we choose? Ooh, I think I might make a bit too dark for my liking. Yeah, I think I make a white one. That's the nicest contrast. I'll come to the petals. So I just take a bit of a slither of white. It's quite thick. Actually, I'm going to take 6 of these because I have 6 petals. Stay organized here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So. Is that okay? So what I've been doing, so usually I would maybe fold it over or something and try and shape it into the petal and then stab it from this side so it gets a slight concave shape to it, which is lovely, especially for the crocus. But what I've been doing instead is this. So I'm going to get my dark silk to put a little bit of the veining on there. You could probably just use merino, like a different shade of merino and a purple if you want, if you don't have the silk handy, but I do, so I'm going to use this. And then I start felting the ends together a little bit. And then I start just felting in the veins into the shape a little bit, just so they stay in place. Same on this side. And then I just stamp the whole thing down a little bit. Could probably use a 2-needle tool for that, but I don't have one right now. I could show you how to make one. Oh, fab. Look, I found the perfect implement. There's like a nice thick pencil. Happens to be 3-sided, so I might take 3 needles. Get a bit of sellotape. And start just attaching that. Try and get them the same length. Don't know why it's so much harder to do it on camera. Right, that's a bit too. Get them the same length. And then just stick them down. Another one over the top here, where the heads are. And boom, boom. That should work. Fab. Pull it up. And then what we're gonna do, decide which one is my front. I think this is my front side here. So I take it and, not too long, pull it together and then twist it round and layer this one underneath. So you get this little twisty shape there at the front. I'm going to secure that a little bit just with a single needle. I bet everybody else has been making petals like that for the last 100 years, but I've only just chanced upon it, so you can, if you're really bold. I tried that here. It's come apart a little bit, but that one is not even felted down really. That's just twisted round and attached. Okay. And take it round like that. Maybe fold over the edge a little bit so you get a nice sharp contour there. Then I have to cut off the little fluffy bits a little bit, otherwise it gets a bit too hairy fairy when I'm giving it a little hand felt. Blow that away somewhere, and then just give it a little rub in your hand. comes apart. And ta-da! Look at that. Very nicely shaped petal. Okay, 5 more to go. Oh, this one is very thin. Make it nice and even. Touch more white on that. Take a bit of that one. Some of the lovely mulberry. I guess really you only have to do it on one side with the purple, but I just like to do it on both sides. And then I decide which one's the front. It up gently, and before you know it, you're a fairy dressmaker. Okay, here comes a twist. So twist it over and to the inside. Pull down the sides a little bit, not too much. This part up here forms the top of the dress, so we need a few nice long parts there as well. Sure you don't cut into the shape. I guess the other thing you could do is to use like a curling iron and just run that in here, like that. Obviously not while you're holding it in your hand, it might not be so clever. But that would be another option. But I don't have a curling iron at the moment, so I'm going to just do it like that. Pretty, isn't it? I like it. So, make about 6 of those, because then you can arrange it in a crocus-like manner. Cousin, that is really. I can do. That's a little point. Okay. Yeah. Stubby. And we've got it. Now let's begin attaching them. So put one to the front. And move it slightly over so it can start to form one side of the dress. Of the top. And then I like to do this one is nice for the side. That's also got a nice side. So the way they are arranged in a real crocus is you get 3 like that and then 3 that sit in a star shape. So I'm going to arrange them in a triangular fashion. These 2, and the side pieces go over this way, like that. Work it a little bit around the side. This one. So this. If you want, you can always put a bit of extra silk over there, but usually it works out just nicely. Give it a bit of a waistline. Because the crocus kind of goes down, you could actually make it more, you could actually make it slimmer like that if you like. Mine are quite puffy. They came out quite a bit. You could make it really slimmer, so it's less of a tulip shape and more of a delicate crocus shape, but that's up to you really. What do you prefer? Getting there. Now sometimes you could really get away with doing just 5 petals, but I've got one more, so I'm gonna add it in at the back here. And tidy it up a little bit. It's looking pretty crocusy already. I need to tidy up the bottom a little bit. A little bit of fluff. Lovely. So for a little colour accent, I then take a bit of my yellow and just pull out quite a long piece. Or alternatively, you could do 3 smaller pieces. But I prefer just doing one long one. Add a bit of this orange. And just mix these together. That into 3 pieces and thicken up one end a little bit. So you have like a little bell shape at the end there. If needed. And then we just work that into the skirt from the underside. Color shining through. Lovely. I can put a little bit of green on her belt already. Just to suggest a little tiny bit of some long leaves. Don't really want to add any leaves or anything to the... First I thought I could put something on the head, but nah. Don't think I want to do that. So I just added a tiny little slither of green on the bed just to kind of suggest leaves. like so. Okay, cut off the fluff at the back. Lovely dovely. Oh, it's a little bit long on one side, but not as short. And I think I'm going to give her my favorite reddish hair. She is a Scottish crocus after all. Oh, that's a lot of hair. The mulberry silk is very nice for hair because it's quite wavy already anyway. If you jam, this is a bit where you most likely poke yourself. Try not to do that. To make it a nice shape around the face. Sometimes you have to bring it in a little bit here at the bottom. I can really change the shape of the face with that and make up for whatever might have gone a bit wrong earlier. Oh, not too bombastic. I can take that to the back. Don't really want her to have that long hair. And then tidy up the back. Make sure there's no bald patches. And ta-da! Most of the fairy is done. Now she just needs some little wings, and then I'm going to put a few little beads on there just to suggest some like little dewdrops or something, just to give it a tiny little bit of sparkle. Right, some white, and the wings on them are quite small and delicate because it just makes sense for them to not have huge wings. And the wings are almost petal shaped as well. Rather than the sort of butterfly shape I usually do quite often. So it's fairly compact. Little Tinkerbell wings. Okay, see what I'm like for size. Again, with the wings I often cut off the fluff at the back just so they don't get too thick. That's why my house is always fluffy. Oh, that's big. Too big. Ta. Right, give that a few stabs to just keep it in place, and when you stitch it on, Lovely dovely. Put like 3 little beads down there. Sometimes when I have a little fairy like that, that will hang up, I just like to add a little bit more bling on the top, like so. And then I would attach my label, which I haven't got right now. So I'm just going to leave it like that. And ta-da! There is the little crocus. She's pointing at her friends. Come on, come in, picture. Yay. There you go. Can make a whole little lawn full of crocuses. Lovely. Right, well, thank you for watching. Glad you could make it. See you hopefully next week when we probably make a Pisces fairy. And I think we're going to start on some stuff for Easter. All right, see you soon. Bye. Thank you.